basic introduction to leg lock defense. This is like a really like survey series of videos. Right, the first video, which you can find over on the Yoga for BJJ YouTube channel, that covers keeping yourself safe in entanglements. All right, let's just briefly go over that now, because it's going to be relevant, you know, to what we talk about in this video. So Brian's going to have me across Ashi. Okay, so the main basic thing I talked about in that video, we're not going to go over it too deep here because it's in that video, but the main basic thing is this idea of keeping my knee, okay, in a good defensive relationship with his hips. So I want the back of my knee facing into his hips. That makes it difficult for Brian to go for heel hooks or knee bars, okay, which are the two biggest threats for leg hooks, okay? At the same time, we want to be able to, if at all possible, take our knee outside of his knee line, right? So now I'm outside of the knee line, now I'm safe. So we're going to look at some basic defensive strategies. So there's two main defensive strategies which I'm going to encourage you guys to look for when you're basically inside of any entanglement, okay? Now, we're going to go over not just escaping, but using defensive strategies to start your own offense, okay? So escaping would just be like maintaining this relationship between his, turn this way, maintaining this relationship, right? So such that the back of my knee is facing his hips, so when he goes to chase my heel, I keep that the way it is, and then eventually I free my knee from his knee line, right? That's just the basics of keeping yourself safe. Now, we're going to look to flip the script and start countering. The first counter strategy which we're going to employ is a leg lock one, okay? Well, what we're going to do is, we're going to go this way. And now, if you guys remember, in the last video, I had this hand gripping his ankle, and this hand making a secret. I hide my heel on my right leg, and now before what we were looking to do is push and escape. This time what we do is we take this leg, I bring it around, okay? Now I'm going to come forward, and I'm going to pull his legs to this side, and now we're in 50-50, okay? Now I have the opportunity to attack him just like he does me, whereas before, he had pretty much, I mean, there's a couple things you can do here, but he has the vast majority of the offensive options where I'm playing defense, okay? So again, what we're going to do is, first thing first, you're always prioritizing defense before offense, okay? If I'm ever trying, let's say I'm like, so if my knee is pointing into his hips and I'm trying to do this stuff, he's just going to heel at me while I'm trying to do it, okay? So the first thing you got to do is always prioritize defense. So now when so what he's trying to do again when he spins, so spin to face my knee, yeah. He's trying to adjust the relationship between his hips to my knee such that his hips are facing into the front of my knee so he can expose my heel more easily. Okay, so I want to prevent that from happening. I want to keep this relationship between my knee and his hips. So now when he spins to adjust the relationship, I grab the ankle and the foot, I pull his feet to this side, and I come forward. So I'm basically going, so ankle and foot, and my left leg comes around. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm going from the end of the lever to the middle, all the way up. Okay, so it goes from ankle and foot to knee. And once I'm here, again, I'm still hiding my heel the whole time. You see how my foot is continually pointing. Okay, and I'm adjusting my leg as need be, always hiding the heel. I'm turning the heel. As the heel turns into the ribs, the back of my knee faces into his hips, which is what we want defensively when we're looking to stay safe from leg locks. Okay. Now that is one defensive strategy. What that strategy involved was increasing the degree of mutual opportunity between him and me, right? He had all the offensive opportunities, I had a few, but not many, and we're increasing the degree of mutual opportunity, right? So I'm inside his cross hockey, now I'm going 50-50, I have a chance to attack him. The next thing we're going to do is instead of increasing the degree of mutual opportunity with leg locks, we're going to look to expose his back, essentially robbing him of all opportunity. So one strategy is about increasing the degree of mutual opportunity between both of you, so you have a symmetrical you know, like range of opportunities between the two of you. The second one is going to be about just taking away his opportunity to attack me with leg locks whatsoever. Alright? So this time, again, he's got me across Ashi. And now what we're going to do is when we want to time this so that as he's rotating, when he's belly down, if you look at the way his body is right now, so stay here when I go on. Stay right here. Guys, he's essentially in a turtle. Okay, the way his body is, right? So what I've got to do, come back. What I want to do I want to be able to pull my knee out of his knee line so I can capitalize upon the fact that his body is essentially in a turtle, okay? So when we spin, I'm going to take this pretty similar grips as before. Let me see grip and ankle, and then I'm going to pull my leg up and out. Now I'm going to back step over, and as I do this, my right knee is pulling out of his knee line. Okay, it's very, very hard for him, once I've got this left leg up, to keep his legs and control my knee line. Right? It's very easy when you're back step, and I pull my knee out. Okay, now we're in a turtle, and there's all sorts of things we can do from here to attack it. Okay, so one more time. So first thing first, always prioritizing defense. Okay, as we're rotating, if I time it right, that when he's going out, I can step up, I can back step, I can easily expose his back in a turtle and get to work attacking from there. Okay, so something I want you guys to do when you're defending leg locks is always thinking about what's the next step. Okay, because if you're defending forever, the best way to make sure you get caught is to always stay on defense. Okay, because if you're always on defense, even if your defense is really sharp, he will probably eventually achieve some sort of a breakthrough, right? If he continues to sustain pressure over time, your odds of surviving go down, okay? So good defense also includes the ability to shift into zone attacks. So now he's on the defensive, and he's the one that is looking to survive.